Yeah, thanks, Joe. This is Roland in Studio B. We're live broadcasting WNCW are made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. And we got a good one today. Welcome back to Studio B. It's Tyler Ramsey.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Man, it's going great. It's been a long time.
I was going to say, maybe the last time you did a solo record. Is that right? 5 years ago.
Also a long time ago.
Yeah, and you got a new one out. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it's finally out there.
It's called For the Morning. We love it. We've been playing it like crazy. It's been out about a month now.
Yeah, so, April 5th it came out on Fantasy Records.
Things going well?
Things are going well. Yeah, it's a shift. I was kind of on a break for a couple of years, so I'm getting back out there and playing all these songs has been really, really fun. Okay. Traveling around with a band or solo, or doing all kinds of different things. But
so Tyler, solo today. Do you do solo sets, or is it always with the band when you're playing out?
No, I go out and play solo too. Mm-hmm. Whenever it just depends on what the show calls for. Yeah, I did a tour recently with Carl Bramel, and as a duo, we played each other's songs, and that was super fun. So we're just trying to I'm just trying to do different things to make it interesting and fun.
Are your songs, can they work for huge ensemble or one guy? Do all your songs work no matter how you put them out there?
I hope so. I've always tried to make sure that the song feels like it's complete with a guitar or a piano and a vocal. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that comes across. I pay a lot of attention to the guitar parts as well as the lyrics and the melody and everything. So hopefully it can be played just me or a band.
Do you write on guitar or piano or either?
Both. Mm-hmm. I wrote a lot on this record. I wrote a lot on the piano.
It sounds like a piano kind of a record.
Yeah, there was a lot of piano going on.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to hear him. We've got Tyler Ramsey live in Studio B. I should mention there's a show coming up Saturday night, right, at the Masonic Temple in
Asheville Masonic Temple.
All right.
8 o'clock.
Sweet. That's Saturday night.
Yeah.
All right. Tyler Ramsey's playing live today in Studio V. That song called White Coat, and it's on the brand new record For the Morning. This is a beautiful song, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah. New record, 5 years in the making. What do you like best about your new record?
Oh, man. That it's out in the world. I'm super proud of this record. I had a lot of I like the guests that I had come and play on it. They give it these little moments for me as a person that probably would never go back and listen to my own record. There are these moments on there that I just still get like goosebumps from hearing other. I'm not gonna get goosebumps from myself or whatever, but from hearing Russ Paul play pedal steel on a couple songs, and Joan Shelley singing harmony vocals, and Thad Cockrell and Molly Parton, all these just beautiful things that just kind of came about.
The pedal steel, especially, you mentioned that. That was just perfect. Of course, the songs have to have that pedal steel.
Yeah.
Did you know that? I know you work with Seth Kaufman a lot on that. How did that all go down?
Seth was on my last record too, and he was on Long Dream and Valley Wind. Valley Wind was kind of just me and Seth and Bill Reynolds, just kind of holed up in a studio in Nashville, and then this time I wanted the beginning of this record to be similar to that, where it was 3 people just working on the basic tracks, and then bring in other people to do some of the overdubs, the ones that are going to take them, hopefully over the top for me, So I picked Seth up in my van. We threw I always put too much gear in there for studio sessions. I always walk in with a pile of stuff that I don't end up using much of. But we had a full van, and we drove up to Louisville, Kentucky, and at La La Land Studios up there. This guy named Kevin Roderman, who's done a lot of work with My Morning Jacket and Ray LaMontagne, and I had met him at a party after Forecastle Festival. We walked over to the studio for an after party with My Morning Jacket dudes. That's kind of their festival up there, I think. But we ended up at this after party together, and I met Kevin and just really liked him and loved the space. It's just this giant warehouse, gorgeous space, and tons of toys to play with. So ended up going there, and I think the first session was 10 days, me and Seth and Kevin.
So like when the overdubs came in, are you telling those people what you want pretty clearly, or are you just saying, "Here's the song, do something"?
Depends. So the harmony vocals, I had a pretty clear idea of where they needed to go, or if we were working on them together, then I could like be like, well, try this, or try a different route to find what needs to happen. But Russ Paul, we just sent the tracks.
He's the guy on the pedal steel, right?
Yeah, he's the pedal steel guy, and he's a Nashville superhero. He plays on a lot of big country records and stuff. So I wasn't about to try and steer him in any direction anyway. But we just sent him 2 tracks, and he sent back 1 pass of each, and it was exactly what I wanted to hear. So it was it was perfect. I don't think we altered it in any way, or I remember telling Kevin just to make sure it was super loud in the mix. On one of those songs, I was like, if I'm driving and I pull up to a stoplight and my windows are up, I want someone to hear the pedal steel on this song. So I don't know.
When you play it like Saturday night, is with a full band, and what's the makeup of your band?
So Saturday night will be full band. I've got Brian Landrum, who's playing pedal steel and guitar and
great.
singing harmonies. David McInnes is playing bass and singing harmonies, and then Crumbs, Kevin Rumley on drums. I've been traveling around with those guys a lot, and it's a really, really fun band. It sometimes like pulls me out of my comfort zone a little bit. It's kind of pulls the songs up into a little bit of a different place, and we've been kind of reworking some of the older songs too. So it's kind of exciting to play with those guys.
I would imagine like what you're doing today, and then you put a band that's willing to push. It's gotta be a different experience,
Yeah. I'm doing both actually. On Saturday, they'll be playing. I'm actually opening my own show, so I'm just playing I'll do an acoustic set to begin, and then take a little break, and then come back out with the band and play.
So this new record is called For the Morning, Tyler Ramsey playing live today. Again, the show is Saturday. We're talking about the actual Masonic Temple. And you're heading off to Europe, right?
I am. I'm doing my first ever solo Europe tour. I've been over there a lot in the past 12 years, but never just heading over with... I'm going over with 2 acoustic guitars, and I'm going to go play some shows, handful of shows, and then come back, and it's exciting. I'm playing at the first venue is a church in London, and I think it's like very close to selling out at this point, which blows my mind that I could have that many people that would want to come over and see me over there. But it's really exciting and fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trip a lot.
All right. WNCW live music today from Tyler Ramsey, playing live here in Studio B. That song is called Your Whole Life, and it leads off the new record, which is called For the Morning. 5 years ago, you did your last solo record. A lot happened in those intervening 5 years. You've been writing these songs. You got a family now.
Yeah, my daughter's almost 5.
Yeah. We were talking off mic. She's all got to be all wrapped up in these songs. Your daughter.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that first song actually has a little section, and it's. Sorry, I'm going to tune. I'm not going to tune right now. I'll just talk now. White Coat has a middle section where there's like this instrumental part that comes in with banjo and some strings and stuff like that. It's very NCW of me. I think it's my most WNCW song ever. But it's got this middle section that I wrote when she was real little. We would march around the house, and I'm a hack banjo player. I'm trying to learn how to play clawhammer, but I'm not really any good. But we would do these little parades around the house with the banjo, and that section in the middle is a little just instrumental thing that I wrote for her that we would just dance around to all the time. So.
Does she know it? Does she recognize it?
Oh yeah. She knows the words. I mean, I got up this morning and was kind of running through what I was going to do when I came here, and she sat next to me on the bed and sang along. So, yeah. And she's there's a line in that first song too in White Coat about who gave you your necklace of blue sparkling jewels, and she's decided that I'm gonna give her one of those. So she wants. I have to find a necklace of blue sparkling jewels pretty soon because she wants one.
They have one in Europe somewhere.
Yeah, maybe I bet they have one
London
there.
or something.
Yeah.
The first song also it's I read somewhere that you did a lot of your writing walking in the woods around your home, and that song certainly feels like
Yeah,
the
that's
imagery.
definitely a mountain kind of North Carolina mountainy kind of song for me. I mean, it's just my version of what's going on around here, and I do spend a lot of time hiking, and I tend to if I'm stuck, I can finish lines or finish lyrics or come up with new ideas like just on a trail, because you get into that kind of trancey kind of thing when you're walking.
The
It's
rhythm?
kind of the rhythm and it's kind of meditative. So.
I think most people who are really into hiking would say, that's when you think or when you focus
yeah.
your concentration.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a meditation or something.
Oh, it
like
is
that,
totally.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Would you call this, if you had to come up with some adjectives for your record, I was thinking sort of introspective, kind of wistful. What words, or do you, if you want to go there?
I'm not going to do that.
That's
Someone else can do that. I don't know. I know what the songs came from and what they mean to me, and there's a lot of just change that happened in my life that led to a lot of the lyrics, and it's kind of based on that, and kind of the roller coaster of emotions that go along with all of that, and it's just it just kind of covers a lot of ground, so it's hard to like pick a descriptive for it. Like,
so when I listen to your playing, like some people, singer songwriters, and like, oh, they're a guitar player.
mm-hmm.
Or it's a singer first, and then the other stuff, or the lyric. But like you've got it all, man. Where does it start with
cool.
you? How does it all come together?
I've always been into playing guitar and playing fingerstyle guitar, and I kind of early on got into just instrumental music on the guitar.
Right.
I was the kind of probably the one person in my high school that was listening to like Michael Hedges and Leo Kottke when I was like a freshman in high school. I don't think anybody else could relate to that at that point. So I was into that and tried to like write instrumental pieces, and I still always do that. I still always have like pieces that are strictly instrumental, but and then I've gone through lots of different phases in music. I remember being in here with like a keyboard and man, like years ago. So it's and then I started working on singing and writing lyrics and melodies and things like that, and incorporating that into the stuff I do on guitar, and then I just fell in love with doing that. So now that's what I do.
Your songs are really complicated. There's a lot of shifts and changes, and there'll be parts in the middle.
Yeah.
Where does that come later after the basic song is there? Are you thinking about that sort of thing when you're?
Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it just happens all together. I mean, I don't know. I love that. I don't know what to attribute that to. I know, like, I like songs, even like Wings or, things like that, Paul McCartney stuff that has like different movements in it.
Yeah.
And just like things that come out of nowhere, or like, but I think it's really fun to play with like lyric sections. And then, I'm not like shredding guitar solos, in at least on this record yet, but I think it's cool to have an instrumental section instead of like a solo. It's kind of cool to have that moment in a song where it takes you away from what was happening and brings you back around to it, and just kind of a little puzzle.
Yeah. Nice. So Tyler Ramsey's playing Saturday night at the Asheville Masonic Temple. I think you said 8:00, something like that.
Doors are at 7. Show starts at 8, and I'll be starting just with an acoustic set.
Yeah. And then bringing out the band.
And then bring out the band, yeah.
And you better catch them then, or else you got to go across the ocean, because
that's right.
Off to Europe for about a month or so. You're overseas.
I'm only there for I think about 10 days.
Okay.
But then I go back in the fall. I have a tour booked in the fall that'll be a month long. So, and that'll be with the band probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, this first one's just kind of like going over, because the record got released over there at the same time. So I really want to get over there and play some shows, and I want to go meet the record label folks and just kind of hang out and make my way around over there. So
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, it's WNCW Tyler Ramsey playing live from Studio B. That song is called Firewood, and it's Dark as Clouds, kind of the intro into that tune.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, that's a powerful piece of music.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's fun when with the band, it gets really powerful.
I was going to say that's one of those things we talked about with a full band. It just builds, and
Yeah.
it starts here, and it ends up in a totally different place.
Yeah. It's been a great one to play live for folks. It's been cool. It catches people off guard, I think, a lot of times.
Yeah.
Now it won't because I gave it away.
Secret's out. Oh well. But if you're so on Saturday night, if you do that song, is it solo or with the band, or are you not going to tell?
Oh, it's going to be a surprise. No, probably with the band, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's just really fun to play with those guys. Because it builds to this point where it's. I think Brian actually went and got a new pedal just to be able to play the end of it.
Just to be able to hang. So we're talking about Tyler Ramsey again. He's playing Saturday night at the Asheville Masonic Temple. His brand new record is called For the Morning. And just for the cover of the record alone, if you haven't seen it, you could see it on Tyler's website. It's an awesome photograph of you there on the...
Thanks. That's Jamie Kay and Arlie Huffman. Amazing photographers. And I had an image in mind. We had a concept. Me and my wife, Joe T, had a concept for the album cover, and I was like, all right, we need to go up, where I go hiking a lot, and just do some shots up there. So we captured that up off the Blue Ridge Parkway.
In the photograph, you're walking very purposefully. You look like you're going somewhere like with your dog. I guess that's your dog.
Yeti or something sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. That was that's the way I walk, I guess. Look kind of funny looking. There were some that looked pretty hilarious. I was like, do I look like that one?
Scratch that one.
But also, if you're doing a photo shoot and walking, you might be overthinking your actual walking.
That's true.
I think I did that.
You never think about walking. If you do, then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what do I do?
I'm supposed to be doing right now? They're going the wrong, they're like opposite. I don't know.
Does that happen with guitar playing?
Oh, what's that?
Does that happen with guitar playing?
Oh man, it does. Yeah, if I think about it too much, I'm like, I can get lost in it a little bit, but. Yeah, so that's we captured that image with my dog Clementine up there hiking, and she's walked, I don't know how many miles we've walked together. She's a trooper. She'll either lay on the couch all day or she'll go hike like 10 miles. It just depends on, if I say let's go, she jumps up and goes, or she'll be totally happy to be upside down underneath some pillows somewhere or whatever.
Well, Tyler, it sounds great today. The songs are great. The record sounds great.
Oh, man, thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you stop by, and good luck moving forward with all of this.
Yeah, thank you. It's I might need a little bit of luck.
I think you're in good shape. So again, Saturday night, Masonic Temple in Asheville. And then, are there other shows coming up down the road or back around here?
I've got a couple like kind of one-off things. I'm planning maybe a trip out west, a tour out west in July. But heading up to play Mountain Jam
right.
up at Woodstock, and just a couple little things here and there.
Cool.
Getting around. Going to be busy for sure.
All right, that song's called "A Dream of Home." I guess that's the hit, huh? Is that the hit?
Is it?
I don't know.
You'd have to tell me. You're the one that works at the radio station.
Well, it's been a hit for us anyhow.
Yeah.
So,
I think people have been playing it, which is super cool. I'm so appreciative of people in radio that support what I'm doing. It's a cool thing to see. And thank you guys for doing that. For me.
Always.
Over all the years.
It's been a lot of years, hasn't it?
It's been a lot of years.
Remember when you dropped your first solo record? It was just called Tyler Ramsey.
Yeah.
Coming in here.
That was 2004.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good journey. I hope it keeps going.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for playing the music today.
I got to say hi to Sylvie first, but okay, sorry. No.
Saturday night, Masonic Temple up in Asheville and Points Beyond. Tyler Ramsey, always a pleasure. Thanks for the music today.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me here.
Live broadcasts on WNCW are made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company.